What? What is goody, everybody? Lewis here at Martial Artistry. I am also your host here at Leadership Lounge. I am just popping in on Sunday like normal. It is noon, so definitely go get your pens and pieces of paper. We're going to be live for about an hour. Want to just go over some quick updates. I am multi streaming live so everybody can see me so they can get all the updates at once. I usually put my links in the chat, but unfortunately, I'm using both phones to record. So Jen is moderating the chat. I'm sure that she can drop in there our martialartistry.com link. That way, you guys can check out some of the updates that we're going to be discussing today. To give a little context, I am again the host. My name is Lewis Marshall. I'm an airbrush artist as well as an AI and digital artist. We typically talk about prompt engineering, content creation, all things around those topics. And then in addition, I will also talk about some community conversations from time to time. You'll hear me talk about airbrushing from time to time as well. So those are kind of the context of the show that we go over every week. You can find these episodes in my Fanbase Plus. You can find it in my Flicks. You can find it in my subscriber hub, as well as in the Unleashed AI group in the guide section. All the replays will be there. The full length replays will be available on my YouTube channel, my Fanbase page, as well as on my main Facebook page. So those are all areas where you can find full episodes as well as breakdowns. So just want to pop in. The thing that I'm most excited about, I can't lie, today is launch day. It's the first day for us in terms of Labor Day weekend. I worked yesterday while I know it was a Saturday. Today is my day off, so it's really the beginning of my Labor Day weekend, if you will. And we released new products this week. Yay! So last night, this morning, and over the last couple of days, we've been finalizing these airbrush products. It's something that you've heard me talk about over the last few months, talking about going from AI to airbrush. These are the first of that product line. So you can visit martialartistry.com. We've got an all new updated section as of this morning. So definitely go give that a look. I did do a quick live stream the other night and drop some clips for you guys about how I get my base coating done for these bottles. It's something that I do as prep work to get the bottles to look uniquely different. Here's another example of what these bottles will look like. I want to make sure that our products stand out against what else is out there on the market. So uh, definitely go check that video out. If it's something that you're interested in learning more about, go give me a follow on my YouTube channel. I've got more videos. Most of the videos are going to be about metal panels and canvas, but we're starting to do a series about base coating, and I dropped the first video about 2 days ago. So the other thing that's going on is we're in fall. Well, we're headed into fall now. And so, with the end of summer and the transition into fall, I began about 3, maybe 4 weeks ago talking about fall aesthetics and prompts that would be helpful. I then went directly into my full breakdown of our prompt structure. And then the following week, dove right, well, 2 weeks, we dove right into the mid-journey parameters as a way to enhance the artwork output that you guys are working on. A lot of people have given me some response and said, hey, we don't necessarily use mid-journey, so are these tips and tricks things that we can use in the other platforms like ChatGPT or Copilot or Meta AI or FYI AI, Leonardo AI, those type of tools to be able to generate images? And yes, from a prompt structure standpoint, yes, you can use the prompt structure to help tailor your prompts to get closer to a realistic result. For mid-journey users, the parameters are what are going to give you your own unique style, as well as a way to keep your artwork unique and looking different from the other creators that are out there. Something else that's gone on over the last couple of weeks that we were waiting until we hit our deadline to talk about is we took an AI Google certification as a group. There's a number of us that began to take this course about 3 weeks ago with the intention of being certified by the end of August and the beginning of September. So I completed my course a couple of weeks ago and began a second course. So I've taken now in the last 3 weeks Google AI certification, as well as I'm in the middle of a digital marketing and e-com course. So these are going to be things that I want to talk about within our group and at the lounge. And that's why the change in the content schedule on my main pages, we're beginning to tailor that content for the specific communities that are saying that they need that help. So what I've done is begin to, in our Unleashed AI Creativity group, I have put together two separate guides. One is my full breakdown on my prompt structure, and then the second is the beginning of me dropping all of the leadership lounge clips that are about important conversations, any prompt help that is not part of the prompt framework that I teach and share. If it's separate from the framework, I will be sharing it in that specific guide. And I've labeled it as Leadership Lounge Replays. So on Facebook, you've got the guides and you've got my subscriber hub. On YouTube, you've got two separate playlists. One is going to be specifically Leadership Lounge Live. The other is going to be an AI tips and tricks. That was something that I started at the very, very beginning of this journey and just have been dropping clips in every week as needed. The third place that you're going to be able to find this is on our Fanbase Plus and our Flicks section. So these are going to be two areas where you can find specific replays and you can find exclusive content mixed in there for our subscriber hub there. So these are a number of different ways that you can find access to this information as we go forward. I know that time is really, really valuable. So I want to give everybody the ability to find these tools and listen wherever they are. So those are the couple of things. I'm going to circle back with our group because I don't want to put this course information out quite yet until I figure out who all has finished the course, where are we at, and then circle back on another conversation. But the marketing side, I'm learning a lot, and it's really been helpful for me as a creator over the last 3 weeks. Something that I started to do was to work with a social media marketing agent as well as with a PR agent that I'm training myself currently. So uh, it has been really helpful in making the pivot from the awareness phase and making people aware of what we do and the highlights and the benefits, and making the transition to, hey, I want to really touch on who actually needs the information and how do I get it to them in a way that is affordable, it's translatable, etc. So those are the kind of things that I'm going to be sharing in the Unleashed AI group as well as the Unleashed AI camp. What's good, Sammy Dub? I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, nice shirt. I had to show this one off, man. I've been waiting to rock this shirt. So, give me 2 seconds. I actually want to shout this creator out. Hang on, just a second. He is a super, super dope uh, clothing maker, and I kept his bag over nearby so that I could show this off. So this is the brand that I'm wearing today. You know, we talk about ways to be able to promote other creators that we network with and are looking to work with, and product placement, those types of things. You guys have heard me talk about being able to have some from within our group to be able to sponsor the show. That way I can do a 30-second read for you guys. So today I decided to rock my man his merch. I love the shirt. By the way, just for the record, this material is so soft and comfortable, especially being out in Hawaii. I like breathable material. That's like key for me. So being able to find a vendor who has a nice style as well as a nice pattern and a wide variety, a selection there at the store, it was a real chill vibe. So um, I would definitely advise that you guys tap in. Kamahoa uh, is the gentleman's name. I also found out that he has ties to King Kamehameha. So I thought that was super, super dope, and that some of these designs are related to their family and their family designs. So I really, really want to support this brother and the the brand. So just something that I'm looking to do with other creators as well. Sammy, you already know we've done some work together in terms of shooting content and making others aware and working with other creators. So that's something that I'm always looking forward to doing. I talked with Andrea about a potential collab just yesterday. I'm looking to work with other creators that have a brand or a business that are looking to take it to the next level, onboard another new product, kind of like what I've done with our AI designs and being able to infuse them with what we already do. My goal here is to help everybody do what they do and enhance it, make it better. Don't not to change it, just to help be more efficient, effective, etc. So those are a couple of things that we've been working on over the last couple of weeks. Um, mm, Let me go back and see. Most of this is for me. I talked about. Oh, so the other thing that I didn't talk about last week was I've been test sampling in FYI AI, creating images in there in tandem to Midjourney. Prompting is a little easier. It's more of a design tool, kind of like ChatGPT. And I've gotten some really, really good results out of the program. Kind of close to realism, but not all the way. It's kind of an in between. Um, Maybe ChatGPT Copilot and Leonardo AI. So gives a real good wide variety. You have a lot of different settings that I haven't explored all the way, so I don't want to give a full review, but the ability to just be able to brainstorm and create in the same app is really, really becoming a helpful tool for me on the go. So if you're creating on your phone or on the go, you're generating images, you're generating your captions, you're brainstorming with your AI. This is another really, really helpful tool that is free. So that's another thing that can amplify your business. I also dropped yesterday a quick video on how I do permutation prompting in Midjourney Alpha. It's very short. Excuse me, sorry. It's a very short video, but I've got another 2 minute video that I'm going to be able to drop hopefully by the end of the day today. So that goes a little more in depth. I just wanted to give a quick example of you can now generate up to 40 images with one prompt, all with very, very wide variety of art styles and lighting settings and shot types all within one prompt. So it gives you a lot more output. I would suggest getting your prompts dialed in before you go to the permutation stage. But this is really going to make you a lot more efficient during the holiday season when you need more designs, more variety, because the consumers are just asking for more out of us as the creators. This allows you to facilitate that. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. Jen will probably drop them in the chat. I can see my fan base ones, but I cannot see my YouTube or Facebook ones. So I appreciate you guys. I will definitely do what I normally do and go back after the live stream, tap in with all those comments. Talked about permutation prompting. I do not want to get into the AI part quite yet. So I'm going to jump into a little bit of the digital marketing stuff that I've kind of been learning, but I want to relate it to how I'm using it with the AI, using it with the AI tools, and then how it's helping me be more efficient at reaching the customers where they are or the viewers where they are. So if you follow my journey and you have been tapping into the Leadership Lounge, you know that I began my AI journey January ish of 2023, but really didn't take it seriously until October, November 2023. That's when I really started to learn, oh, you can use these images for a wide variety of things. And I have found the ability to create realistic versions of people of color, and not everybody had figured that out quite yet. So for me, I began to answer a lot of questions between October and January. In January, I began Leadership Lounge as just a way to convey the information because I was just answering so many DMs every single day. I was just on my phone all day, and it just wasn't conducive for me to continue airbrushing, developing this product line, continue airbrushing and developing or completing commissions for clients, and then the flood of questions that I was getting on how are you doing what you're doing in Midjourney. I can't get the same results, and I don't know how or why. So the Leadership Lounge live show was basically a way to convey that information in real time every single week, because the community of AI artists that I was around were all experiencing the same thing. Hey, I can't get my images to look like real people. They don't look like me. They don't look like my skin tone. They don't look like the hair texture. They don't accurately represent my culture, my heritage, my nationality. And so I began to, okay, what are some similar things that I'm finding within my artwork, and how do I communicate with Midjourney? Okay, the one way that I can communicate with Midjourney is either by me prompting it or giving it a command, and also putting in backslash describe and asking it to translate what is it seeing out of said image. And then I began to take this notebook, which, hey, I just had to go get a new one. That's literally where I came back from. This one is full, it's done. Um, I now am translating that information from in here and all of these ongoing lists for the last 8 to 10 months, and translating it into video format via the Leadership Lounge. So it is a progression, and you'll hear me go back over specific topics like my prompt framework, because we're continuing to get new viewers, we're continuing to get new people who are introduced to the text to image generation process. So I want to be able to make sure to give as many resources as I possibly can across all of the platforms to accommodate all of those new people who are just finding these tools like we found them last year. So in parallel, I want to be able to keep up with the people who started with us last year and have mastered They're part of the process for prompt engineering for text to image generation. And now they're, hey, I need to have more of a content conversation. I need to have more of a business owner conversation about driving sales and going from the awareness phase to the consideration phase. I want to have those conversations also. And so that's where I started pushing more content about community conversations and how do we get to accomplishing our goals together collectively. And then within our group, we've kind of hit another gear and gotten to another level. And so we're moving together on some other things. I'm also, I've talked about having conversations with an AI art appraiser and being able to have them on the show. I had Uriah come on the show so that he could give a walkthrough of how he edits as a professional from start to finish, both with an image and with a video. So I started in February talking about how I use Lightcut and CapCut in tandem to edit, manipulate, animate my images within video. Now there's a new tool called Kling AI that I'm seeing a lot of people use in terms of animation. Most of them I'm seeing use ChatGPT images. So I'm starting to play around at the beginning of that process of how do I use my mid-journey images that are high quality? How do I use those images in this type of tech until Sora comes out? I personally just I don't want to pay for another platform until Sora comes out. That's going to be kind of my end all to fill my content gap. It's going to allow me to now generate all my own B-roll. It will allow me to put some of the characters that I have already built out, like Mona, for instance. I posted Mona yesterday again in a new set of photo shoot images. Now I'm going to be able to make Mona move, talk, animate, and that's going to be a new style of content for us from a teaching perspective. And it allows me to begin to implement a succession plan for not doing all roles myself and phasing myself out of specific areas in the business so that we can be more effective. Let me know if that makes sense in the comments. And also, if you're getting some value out of this, please share this with somebody that you personally know and think might get some value out of this. We really are trying to take this show to the next level. So, all of the support, likes are free, comments are free, all of that stuff is really helpful for us growth wise. And I really, really, really think it's important for us to work together and collaborate together. So I am being the change that I actively want to see by giving back to those who are saying, hey, I actually want help. I need help. I want to get to the next level. And I'm not just saying it, I'm actually doing the work. I don't want you to do it for me. I actually want you to just help me, just guide me, give me the information, tell me where the resources are so that I can begin to market, physical goods, digital products, services, or software. Those are the things that typically someone is going to market. So I just want to help enhance what you guys already do. Um, and along the way, there are new ideas that are coming out of how we're using these AI tools that haven't been thought of before. So I actually am having fun brainstorming with other creators and business owners about how they are using these tools to take their concepts. I'll use these again as an example, how they're taking their concepts to the next level by using these AI tools. Let me know if that makes sense in the comments. And let me know in the comments what is the one tool this year that has really amplified what you already do. I can say for me, um, it's kind of a cross between Midjourney and FYI AI, and I'll break that down a little bit. from a creative standpoint, I think that Midjourney has now allowed me the opportunity to sketch, if you will, a lot more concepts at a faster pace. And it allows me to take those sketches from concepts all the way through to an actual product that we're marketing and selling. It also allows me to brainstorm those ideas and take the marketing plan and the marketing strategy to FYI AI. And I say it in this way. I use thin FYI AI like Tony Stark uses Jarvis. I talk to it all day, every day when I need to go over a concept, brainstorm an idea, I have a question, I want further understanding of something. I want to not have to read this, 8-page email. Just give me the top 10 bullet points and of what I really, really need to know in this. I don't got an hour to read this. Just break this down quickly. So having the ability to do that on the fly because I am again, I'm an airbrush artist first, and then I'm a digital and AI artist second. That balance is shifting. So I'm having to navigate that. I am a husband, I'm a father, I am a son, brother, I have a 9 to 5 job, and I enjoy to have my own free time to just chill and relax. Um, I listen to a lot of podcasts during the week, educational stuff during the week. So uh, that's where the majority of my media time goes. But it is also because now that I edit, I just view TV, movies, content a very different way now. I'm trying to figure out how other successful content creators and show writers and producers, executive producers, filmmakers, how they do what they do, how they tell their stories successfully, and how do I begin to implement some of those things into my own strategy. So you've kind of seen the evolution of Leadership Lounge Live over the course of the last 6 months. When I started, I really didn't know what I was doing. I was out in the shop. I didn't have good lighting. I didn't have a microphone. I was just doing it on the fly because there was a need. But as I began to take it more seriously, week 2 through 4, I started doing research, writing down. Let's see. Let's go back. Let's go back. I started going back in week 1. I did a recap of specific art styles. I talked about mid-journey parameter. I talked about light cut. I gave out weekly art styles and how I use those to help influence my art during that period of time where other artists were saying, how are you doing this? I can't get the same results. And my prompt is a paragraph, so how are you doing what you're doing? Week 2, I went through ways of monetization and how I am monetizing and what that looks like across the platforms and how it ties into my business and those type of things to help the other creators who were saying, hey, I have a lot of traction. I have now been given the ability to monetize on whatever platform they're on. And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know even how to drive this, but I need help because I need the actual money because my business needs it. Um, from there, we went back into Q&A session over week 3 and 4. We talked about cross punk and myth punk, which was an art style that I was starting to introduce every single Monday uh, pretty religiously, and how those art styles really conveyed emotion. And that's how I was getting the people of color to actually look like a more real person at that point in time while the tech was actually transitioning and changing. We went from that into products on demand and automation. And we found a gentleman who helped some of us get our mid journey to our website, that automation process worked out so that we could just prompt and come up with images, then come up with products on our own that actively in real time they were uploading. And separately, that automation tool was also posting to every platform. So all you're doing at the beginning of that is generating the images, quality controlling those images, and then firing it off to the automation tool so that you no longer had to physically go through the process of coming up with was already pre-trained because you were training the chats all the way back to October of last year. You were training your chat to reflect your brand voice. I hope you were. Uh, and so it made that process a lot easier. So you are now generating a lot of new, again, active products with your own AI artwork and beginning to market on your own, beginning to monetize on the variety of platforms on your own, beginning to hone in your art style and your prompt engineering skills on your own because we were collectively coming together and saying, hey, how are you doing this? Oh, that's how you're doing this? Here, this is how I'm doing this. And it wasn't prompt in the comments. We got rid of that, if you notice. It's not a lot of, hey, give me your prompt, please, in the comments anymore. That culture is gone. We've gotten rid of that culture. Now it's a, hey, we're going to share, we're going to pour back into our fellow creator. If you're in and around us, that's kind of just the expectation, and it is what it is. Um, and I'll just speak for me personally. I am just leading that by example. I don't expect everybody to be on board with that. It just is what it is for me personally. I just want to be able to pour back into the other people and have our own crew that could do everything. We can animate, we can do all of the branding, we can do all the marketing, we can do all the video. So collectively, if we decided to, and I know there are some people that are interested or have expressed interest in this, coming together as a collective or a maybe limited partnership, actually market and offer those services globally together so we can profit share and come up together and get to that next level together instead of trying to do it as an individual and bumping your head up against the wall of the glass ceiling. So then, jumping into week 9, hey, we focused on the transition and the refactoring of multiple feeds across multiple platforms and how we were navigating. They tanked my reach. I have no reach. My engagement has tanked also. I can't reach the followers. Hey, I dropped a reel and my people that actually follow me are not getting to see it. Oh, I need to go click the 3 dots up at the top of their post and set them to favorites so that I can see them again. When the feed is asking, hey, do you want us to show more of this or less? I need to actually click show more so I can see their stuff more often. Let me know if that's something that you're already actively doing. I can tell you most of you will probably have already seen me comment in your comments. I just set you to favorites so that I can see my people's stuff. In parallel, I'm actually scheduling time each day to scroll the feed and come look for you guys. Since I can't see you anywhere other than the private group where that's home for all of us, since I can't see you in the feed, I'm scheduling time to go find you in the feed and set you to favorites every day so that I'm building out my list of creators that I want to actively see so it'll weed out all the mid. I'm also not engaging with everyone's content like I used to. It's very specific and tailored. If you provide value, then hey, I'm going to engage with your stuff. If you're not and you're just posting just to post, cool. I see you. I just need to keep it moving because I'm trying to get to the next level. I need to be around those people who are giving value just willingly without the expectation of anything in return. I want to be around those creators. So from there, and I'm looking over my notes. The other thing that I did was I started to share creators that I watch on a weekly basis. I talked about EYL, I talked about Roberto Blake, I talked about Wall Street Trapper and the Wall Street Looks Like Us Now network. Those are creators I watch every week religiously without question. So certain times on Monday, I'm not answering comments. I'm not answering the phone. Do not bother me. This is my Market Mondays time. On Tuesday, hey, it's up. It's Trapping Tuesdays. 3 hours every Tuesday where I'm not answering the phone. This is my time to focus on financial literacy so that I can take business to the next level. Lewis is personally broke. I'm poor, but the business is sustainable. And that's more important for me currently to from a business perspective. Hey, the business needs to be sustainable and Lewis needs to not fund it anymore. The business needs to grow on its own at this point. So part of getting to that point is understanding the business finances. What are the big dogs doing? How are they moving their money in a way to be more effective as a brand, as a business? So I began to, hey, 4 years ago, watch EYL and Trap every Monday and Tuesday as they drop clips through the week. I want to watch those clips. I don't want to watch trash TV anymore. I don't have time to play games on my phone anymore because I'm actually trying to get to the next level. I'm not just saying it, I'm actively doing it. And the other thing, as a community, I have started to talk about, well, I talked about this all the way through the process, but I've talked about accountability throughout the whole process, holding yourself accountable, holding the community accountable. If we want to have these spaces where people actually comment and engage with your content and they have valuable, meaningful conversations, you can't drop and run your artwork in these groups. And I started saying that all the way back in January, February. Hey, it's going to be important that we as a collective just like, comment religiously, just as a group, even if it's 5 people, 8 people, 10 people that just religiously just engage with each other. Monetization across many platforms becomes a lot easier because it just becomes natural for everybody within a small group to just engage naturally, organically. Then, like I have seen over this last week, a collective can really just drive traffic. Imagine if we did that for each other's businesses and worked together, did that. Hey, I want to help your business get to the next. Hey guys, we need to actually talk about this person's brand. Hey, mount up. Let's go. Everybody share. Everybody go flood their feed. Yo, it would be easy to not only sell out our products, monetize enough to where we could cash out each month, businesses would become sustainable, and we would break a stereotype of, hey, we just can't work together for whatever reason. I know that's not a popular thing to talk about, but hey, the stereotype is we can't work together. I've seen that to be true in certain spaces as well. So I'm actively trying to, on a day to day basis, outwardly work with other creators of color, of all colors, and trying to just pour into them naturally, organically, without asking for anything in return. I don't ask for stars, I don't ask for hearts. I don't ask you to do anything other than, hey, if you're getting some value out of this, hit the like button, please. Go ahead and share this with somebody who might get value out of the information. That's how we pour into each other and each other's communities. And if we're all business owners, we're all AI art community, we're all whatever that community looks like, and we just naturally pour into each other, we grow. If you look at, yeah, this will be the hot take I clip up this week. So if you look at our collective AI artwork versus some of the other work that's out there, the quality of ours, I would say, is better. And maybe I shouldn't put this on you guys, but I look at my artwork and how I try to get to perfection, just as much detail as I can, get the lighting right, get the amount of depth correct, the perspectives correct, and diving into it from an airbrush artist perspective. The art has improved over the last 8 months. And me just naturally giving you guys this information and why I view it this way. And okay, this is why I put lighting in so many different places in the prompt, because I need the foreground to be lit. I need the main subject to be lit, but I need the background to be lit too. I learned that because I had to learn how to light myself on camera. And part of that is I need light behind me, I need light on me, and I need light in front of me. So I had to learn that in real time, but I needed to share that from an AI artist perspective as I'm prompting in Midjourney, which is harder than just having a conversation with chat or Copilot or Meta, whatever the free tool is. It is harder to prompt for it in Midjourney because you don't have the opportunity to have that conversation. So you got to get it right. And that's going to take, hey, I need to put in some data and it needs to come back. I need to review that data and then I need to like tweak it and change it. Take this all out that didn't give me good results. Hey, me personally, I will use a hybrid of my prompt framework, the description that Midjourney gives, Chat GPT's suggestion, and mash it all up together to get my results. So it's not any one specific way of getting to the end result. This is just what works for me for my art style. You will want to tweak and change that. If I share a prompt with you, you're gonna want to change the prompt to your liking. Change the subject, change the lighting, change the time of day, change their outfit, change are they wearing glasses? Do they got their hair up or down? Are they wearing braids? What change it to your liking. But that is the tweaking and the prompt engineering that I talk about. That makes you a prompt engineer. You having a conversation with Chat GPT or Copilot, whatnot, having that conversation and refining your prompt and training it to your liking, you are prompt engineering. It's no different than me saying, hey, you commenting on a person's content in the group, whether you post or not, makes you a content creator. That comment is content. Other people will see it and engage with it. Other people will see it and want to then comment because they saw yours. So even if you don't post artwork or you don't make videos and you hit like and you comment or you share, you engage, or you come to the live streams and you drop comments like these wonderful people always do, that makes you a content creator because you are creating a comment for someone else online forever to be able to view. That is content. So, as I was saying in our Unleashed AI group and my Fanbase Plus and in my Flicks, hey, yo, we're all content creators. It's just what level of content creator are you on? And the sooner that you realize that you are a content creator and begin to dive into, okay, so how social media is just another tool. So how do I use this tool most effectively? Who do I look to see actively, not what they say in their videos, but actively how they move? Who is actually moving successfully, and how do I mirror and begin to implement some of those root cause characteristics and traits to be able to start to turn the corner to be successful? I'll give an example. At the beginning of my live stream, I was in the shop. I was in my airbrush shop. I did not have a professional light out there. It was 6 o'clock in the morning, so it was dark, 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 dark. I did not have a microphone, so it was hard to see. I was not using StreamYard, so when I screen recorded, my mouth did it looked like in one of those old school kung fu flicks where they'd be like, it looked crazy. So I had to actually begin to look at, okay, how do I improve this content? Part of it is the visual, part of it is the lighting, part of it is the audio, and then part of it is just me being me and pouring that into the content. So how do I do that more effectively? Because I'm not comfortable on camera and it's new to me and I don't know what I don't know. Let me start to find some resources to tell me. And I know there's other people in the group that are saying, hey, I'm uncomfortable on camera too. I don't know what I'm doing either. How are you doing what you're doing? I'll give an example of a creator that I started this journey watching and her live stream. She kind of motivated me to continue to be consistent each week. I never said this, so this is live in real time me saying this. My friend Andrea, who shows up to Leadership Lounge every week, at the beginning of this process where I was still trying to figure it out and still pushing myself to come on camera, even though I wasn't comfortable, I was seeing her live stream every week, how she was just doing it, whether she was comfortable or not. That drove me to continue to push forward. I'll give another example since we're multi streaming on multiple platforms on Fanbase. Uh, the creator that really pushed me to want to go all in a little further, while I give props to the editing room, 90% of the time, the creator that I saw that really inspired me to continue to keep going and do it at a higher level. My homegirl, Big Scale, not the little one. She's the person that I saw just, yo, she came on the platform and turned up. She's still the same Big Scale, but yo, she's taken her content to a whole new level, and I'm a fan. And watching how the way that she did it really inspired me to, okay, this is something that I want to influence and implement into how I am reaching the creators and the viewers that I am. Okay, let me write this in my notebook. This is important. This is important. Hey, this way of doing it is important. Finding the resources and the other creators in real time that are actively doing those things really helped me a lot. And I'll say this: the having the Unleashed AI group and being able to have ongoing support from people who are out there getting it just like I am and are pouring into the community the same way that I am really inspires me every single day. I look forward to going into our private group and seeing whatever, man, y'all tear the feed up. It be on fire in there. And by the time I'm at lunch on work, like, yo, I got to create something because they are cooking. They're just cooking. They're at a different level. Look, they're giving away prompts without being asked. Look, they're sharing videos of helpful information without being asked. Look, they're commenting without being asked. Yo, look, outside the group in the main feeds and also on the other platforms because I see them in my comments, yo, they're just naturally, organically like tapping in. This is what we need. Okay, now how do I find them on the other platforms and begin to pour into them there too so that we can grow this network? Several months ago, I began to do outreach in other regions of the world so that we can actually start to grow our community in real, tangible ways. So we've kind of got it from Australia, New Zealand, Japan, all the way through Polynesia and Hawaii to the West Coast, all the way through to London and South Africa. That's the like range that we're functioning with from the group standpoint. That's already tapped in. That just hey, they're active and doing it, getting it, sharing the information, improving, taking it to a whole nother level. I saw a creator yesterday, and I don't know because it's a faceless channel, but I think this faceless channel is one of my creator friends. I just somebody shared an important piece of content talking about animation, and I was like, "Yo, this looks like my friend, but it's a faceless channel, so I don't know that for sure." But I would bet money. I, I would bet a bottle. I would bet a bottle that that is my creator friend. So let me go subscribe. Let me drop a comment. Let me hit like. Then let me go share this. They need the support as a creator. This is helpful information. This is what we should be doing. This is what everybody says they want people to do across platform. But typically they will just drop and run. They will not actively get in with these communities and pour in without expecting in return. So I urge you this week, as we're getting close to the end of this show, I urge you this week to do three things. Number one, I would urge you to pour back into yourself first. This take some time every single day, whether it's a half hour, it's 20 minutes, it's just, hey, I gotta go sit in the bathroom, close and lock the door, and just sit in silence for a few minutes so I can actually like let me process my thoughts, my emotions, and what is going on around me, and breathe and be still so I can actually be effective this week. Number two, I would urge you to evaluate how you want to close out this final quarter of the year. Now that we're headed into the busiest business time of the year and busiest content time of the year, how do you want to close out the year? And if there are things that we at Leadership Lounge can do to prepare for that as a group, I would like for you to comment on these live streams and let me know what that looks like. So if it is, make us a list of all of the free tools from an AI perspective that will help us be able to create better content. Put that in the comments. If it is, hey Lewis, I just need you to hit like on my comment, or hit like on my content and actually comment. Come find me and hit favorites on my profile. Come find me on a different platform and follow or subscribe. I want you to put that in the comments as well, or separately. The last thing that I would ask you to do is take time this week and evaluate your content, whatever that looks like. And I'm doing the same thing. So I'm not telling you to do something that I'm not actively doing. There is some of my content that just, I'll be honest, it sucks and it needs to get better. And so I need to take ownership of that and evaluate where I am so that I can make a plan, a strategic, actionable step plan to get better. I would review your August or end of August content, maybe the last week worth of content, and actually take inventory of that content. Where can you improve? If it's a prompt engineering, how do you get more detail? How do you get better light? If it's distribution, how do I get better engagement? How do I connect with X amount of people this week? Whatever that looks like for your content, take this week at the beginning of this final part of the year and really come up with some actionable steps. And if there are things that I can do from a creator standpoint, from the Leadership Lounge standpoint, creating some content for this and or bringing awareness to this, I need you to put it in the comments this week so that we can close out this year strong. I am starting to come up on 1 year of being active in the AI art community in a real and tangible way, where I'm teaching, I'm talking about actionable things that will help not only us here and now, but for future generations. And I'm starting to see my kids dive into AI. I'm starting to see other people's kids dive into AI. So some of what I'm doing is not for the money, it's not for the clout, it's not for me to enjoy this time. This is meant to be a roadmap for others in the future, for future generations to be able to say, hey, there is a way for us to do it. There is a way for us to be a successful creator, a successful business owner, a successful artist, a successful writer, poet, whatever that looks like for you as an individual or for your kids or your kids. This is really meant for them. We have an opportunity with AI to actually play catch up with all of the big dog companies, and that's how I view this. Um, I know a lot of people don't view it that way, but that's how I view it, that's how I approach it. This is the tool that allows us to catch up. So the more effective that I can be in conveying this and translating this to someone who is new to it, afraid of it, on the fence about it, if I can give them the information in a good, clean format with actionable resources for them to go and explore further, or to tap in and subscribe so that I can really begin to teach it from an ethical standpoint, that's what this is all about. If you got some value out of this feed today, please hit that like button. Please drop it in the comments. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was today. I'm really starting to ramp up on content. I'll say my subscriber hubs, you are going to need to tap in if you want to see the Leadership Lounge replays. You're either going to need to subscribe or you're going to need to come join the group. Now, with joining the group, I want to preface that with I am not wasting time to approve someone who isn't even going to read the questions and answer the questions. It's 3 very simple. How can we help you now that you're a part of the group? What do you want to learn? And how can you pour back into the community questions? That's very simple. If you can't take the time to answer those, I'm not approving the request. I'm going to tell you right now. We need people who are serious about this part of the process, especially with regard to the group. It's no different than me saying every Sunday when you come to the Leadership Lounge, you need to bring a pen and a piece of paper. You need to do that because I'm not stopping in the middle of the feed to accommodate people who weren't serious, who didn't come on time to learn, and they didn't bring the tool to learn. I'm not stopping for them. This is for those people who are serious, and so it is my expectation that if you're serious and you're showing that you're serious, that you're coming with knowledgeable questions, you're coming on time, you're coming with a pen and a piece of paper, that when you try to tap in with the group, that you're actually answering the questions to get into the group, and you're actively showing by your content and your actions online or when we interact that you're serious. Because those that show that they're not serious, I really just want to take a step back so I can focus on those who are. There are so many people that I see my mom is texting me. Okay, so you can see mom makes me happy when she just texts and used technology. She's another one that I'm not gonna say her age. She would say she's 39. My mom, she's now using AI and using it with the intent of becoming more efficient, more effective. And she's an older person. She's of a certain generation that in my experience, has been afraid of this technology, afraid that it's going to take their job, afraid that it's going to replace what they do. After going through that Google AI certification, I'm here to tell you that is not what is happening. It is going to be your responsibility to learn how to use these tools. And if you don't, then you will get left behind. And that is what it is. It's no different from a person. And I'm one of these people who said, hey, I just don't want to be on social media. I don't want to be on it. I don't want to like tell everybody what I'm doing all day, every day. And now I realized I was late to the party. I wasn't using it as a tool that it was meant to be used for. So this week, pour back into yourself, identify some actionable steps to close out this year really strong, find your tribe, set them to favorites so that you can find them on whatever platform you're on and begin to pour back into them with no expectation of anything in return, just because it needs to be done. If that's your friend, if that's your people, pour back into them because it needs to be done right now. I started this week talking about a little bit of the mental health side of things and asking the other creators, hey, what are you doing? We're at that point of the year where you need to start to think about what does burnout look like for you, how to recognize it so that you don't burn out before the end of the year and fizzle out before the game is over. Give yourself the best chance. And that means, hey, you need to have an honest conversation with self. You need to stand in the mirror and be honest with yourself about where things are. I'll give some context. Hey, I like to be able to go to the mirror and be good with me when I'm standing in the mirror and having an honest conversation. I said it a little bit ago. Hey, some of the content that I put out sucks. That is me being honest with myself about what I put out. And so if I don't have that honest conversation, I can't get better. So I would encourage you this week, have that honest conversation so that we can come up collectively. You don't have to do this alone. You have people in your corner that will help. Let's come up with some actionable steps. Leave it in the comments. Shoot me a DM. Those that have my phone number, you can text me if you don't want it to be public. Let me know what I can do to help. It's September. We got September, October, November, December. 4 months to close out the year. Are you at your goals? If not, what are you doing to get there? If you got some value out of this feed, go ahead and hit that like button, hit share, drop these comments like I have asked for so that I can pour back into you. If you got some value, definitely share it with a friend. I will be around this week. It's going to be a very busy week. I can tell you every first through sixth of the month at work is insane. So I probably won't be as active in the comments, but I have so much content that's already pre-scheduled out that you should have stuff coming out every day. I'm scheduling at 5 a.m. Hawaiian Standard Time. I'm scheduling at between 10 and 11 Hawaiian Standard Time. And then when I get off work at 6 p.m. Hawaiian Standard Time, the night crew has arrived. You can see that I'm going to turn up in every feed. So if you want some helpful tips and really want to tap in every night after 6 p.m., that's really when I'm active on every platform. So if you want to prompt share, if you want to ask me a question, you want me to do a quick audio room, or you want me to do a private live, I'm happy to do that. It's kind of go time, and I've been batch recording content, so it doesn't need to be perfect anymore. It just needs to be valuable and what you guys really want. It's no longer about me, it's about us. So let's go. I went over an hour, over by 4 minutes. I'm getting better at this, getting closer to an hour. I will say, last quick announcement, next week we will not be going live on Sunday. We will be going live on Saturday. I'm going to Comic-Con Hawaii or Comic-Con Honolulu. So Saturday, keep an eye out for an impromptu live stream from Comic Con, where the intent for the AI communities, we're going to go scope the competition, the global competition. Comic Con travels from city to city. Let's go see what kind of AI designs that they got and show it in real time so we can see how do we compete as a group closing out the year. I love y'all, and I really, really appreciate y'all showing up and sharing your Sunday with me every single week. Go ahead and go back and watch prior episodes. The last four are really, really critical for anybody who is a mid-journey user that wants to level up their skills. I'm available by DM or comment. Let's go. Let's close out this year. As with every week, I will holler. Peace.